Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. I will be doing a collective message today, so with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Yeah. I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And thank you for all the engagement on the channel, the likes, shares, comments, subscribes. All of it really does help out the channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, the donations. Thank you very much. Uh, does the collective need to heal? Okay. So we've got cardinal medicine. So red cardinals could be appearing to you. Maybe seeing it in like online or on, somebody's shirt, something like that. Or if you're in a location where red cardinals are, you could be actually seeing them like flying around. So so that's just extra confirmation, but if not, that's a okay. They're coming through right now. I'm going to actually read a little bit of this one. I'm hearing there's a message in here for us. Okay. So, cardinals represent devotion, loyalty, and unity, values that are essential to a loving, happy companionship. Receiving this card is a sign that a loving partnership is close at hand. Like our feathered friend song, your partner is sending out a vibration calling you to notice them. Be open minded, as cardinals are also symbols of uniqueness. Your potential love may be interesting and different, but no less extraordinary. Cardinals mate for life, so any new relationships in the coming months could have the potential to lead to marriage or long term partnerships. They also represent self empowerment. They are a reminder that a partnership doesn't mean a loss of yourself. If you're currently in a relationship, you are being guided to be a part of the whole without losing what makes you unique. Your sense of self is an asset to your partner. You bring things to the table that the other lacks, and vice versa. Always remember your unique, beautiful magic is why your partner loves you to begin with. Okay, so for a lot of you, you are attracting in a very powerful soul connection. This could be romantic, platonic, or business. Take it as it resonates. It's it feels like the energy is ripe for the two of you to come together and build something. So whatever that is for you, that can be building, a lifelong friendship. That can be coming together with a romantic partner and building something. That can be, building a family, building a home, building a business together, whatever. And then obviously, if it's in business, it's, building business in some way. So I feel like the message here is to really focus on continuing to bring your whole self forward. These connections, that's really when they thrive, when two poles come together to create something new. Um, and this isn't saying like you have to be fully healed, because healing is a journey. This isn't saying you have to have it fully put together. You have to have all of these things done or whatever. It's just about not shutting certain parts of yourself off, not hiding certain parts of yourself. It's about being open and honest and vulnerable and authentic, and bringing that version of the self forward in this connection. And I feel like this is going to be one of those connections that helps you to continuously do that as you continue to grow and change and evolve and heal and all of that. So this is a very, very powerful soul connection that you're going to be able to build with this other person in some way in life. I feel like this is definitely a coming together and working together for a common like towards a common goal in some way. Okay, then the next one that came out was Silent Night. Hmm. I don't think I've seen this card yet, actually. So let's take a peek. All right, meditation, peace, and stillness. You're being guided to pause to reevaluate your situation. It says now's not the time to move forward with your plans just yet, and you may even find your goals coming to a complete standstill. Something isn't working, and you need this time to reassess your progress before moving forward. You may even need to release your situation altogether and consider a new path to your desires. It says take this time to meditate and find inner peace. You could be stuck in older repeating patterns that have created blind spots where your situation is concerned. Perhaps you're investing in a situation that has not repaid you for some time, or it may be that you've given more than you have to offer and it's time to cut your losses. Consider this pause a blessing and take this moment to shift your perspective. So I feel like you're being given kind of a pause before this connection really comes in and manifests in the physical world to clear a little bit more of those blockages, to really allow some more processing to happen. And it's almost like you're kind of at this final stage of this part of the journey where you're processing certain things, changing certain limiting beliefs, those kinds of things. And by doing that, it's going to really allow you to fully be able to not only attract this connection but maintain it. And for some of you this is going to be releasing a connection so that you make space for a new connection. And that's more likely going to be for like a business situation or a romantic situation. Just take it as it resonates. For some of you, you might be being called to release certain friendships or to just back off of them a little bit. And then obviously, if you're in a relationship and it's coming to an end, that might need to be dealt with before you're ready to bring in a new, romantic connection. Um, same thing with like a business partnership. So just take it as it resonates. Yeah, I just feel like if you're in this energy where it kind of feels stagnant, you feel like you're trying to move forward, but you're blocked. Oftentimes what's happening is the timing isn't quite right. The energy isn't quite right. There's something that isn't resonant for it to happen like in this now moment. And so you will be given the insight on what to do about it by getting still and allowing that insight to come in whatever way that is for you, and process that, because that is going to be what then creates that energy in that space for you to really bring this fully in and maintain it. For top part. Okay, we've got turning inward. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, that really goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about, and just that self-reflecting and really getting clear on certain things. It's one of those, if you don't know what you want in yeah, it's a tricky thing when we're talking about manifesting, because it's one of those like, know what you want, but also be flexible and open yourself up. Don't limit yourself. Don't block it. Don't put a cap on it. And that's going to be made clear when you go more in, turn more inward and get more self-reflective, really tap into those deep desires, those kinds of things, and get clear about certain dynamics that you want to experience. So if this is a business partnership, focus on how good it feels to have somebody that wants to see the business succeed and grow and become its full potential. and how good that feels to have, a partner that is on board with everything. Um, or, becoming part of a business that has these certain qualities that you want to experience. Same thing in other areas, friends, like what types of things do you want in your friends from this point forward? Um, if it's people, if you're used to hanging out with people and they drink a lot, it can be shifting, from that type of a social event and environment into, going and joining a hiking group, or what, a meditation group or a drum circle or whatever, like skydiving. Like but it's different, it's not focused and centered around drinking. Um, that was, speaking from personal experience, that was something that I actually, had to shift, was not hanging out with people and having it be in, associated with alcohol in some way, even if it was just, we get together, we hang out, we drink beer and play cornhole or whatever. Like, that's still fun, but if that's all you do, that can lead to other things that maybe aren't for the highest good. um so it's about focusing on those things. And then again, in love, same with, like, a romantic partnership, same kind of thing. um you know what qualities do you want in a significant other? And this, you can actually do this when you are still in partnership with somebody as well. um and that's a whole other thing that I can talk about in a different video, but we change as we experience life. And so wanting different things is normal. That's a part of the process. And it's about recognizing that within the self, allowing yourself to accept that and to want those certain things. That's kind of part of the battle sometimes, is just admitting it to the self and then saying, okay, I actually do want this. And, or, this has changed. I don't want to do these things anymore. I don't want to have these experiences anymore. So now I'm going to focus on the experiences I do want to have and really focus on that type of an energy. And then what about me is coming up to change a little bit, to shift the frequency to allow that experience to happen. So these are all things that become clear when we go in, when we go within. Um, sometimes it takes time for that, clear, the clarity and awareness to come. So be patient with yourself. I feel like you've probably already been doing this. So this is just confirmation, if you have already been doing this, to keep doing that. The answers and the clarity will come. Um, and I just heard when you're ready, and that is part of it too. Awareness comes when you are able to hold that new level of awareness. If you have not been spending much time going within, then this is definitely your call to start prioritizing that, even just a few minutes a day. It doesn't have to be something elaborate. I'm really big on that, and just finding little ways to give yourself some space and time to go within. This can be going for a walk and not listening to anything. This can be spending an extra 5 minutes in the shower and just being kind of silent, and seeing what insights come to you, what thoughts come to you. Get curious about it. And then obviously sitting and actually doing meditations, automated writing, those kinds of things, that obviously helps as well. So, alrighty. Nothing else? Okay, well, with that, I just felt the energy shift, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave this here. If this resonates, you can let me know in the comments below. Feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel, so thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.